I love it. All right, and I'm almost certain I know what 1% is about. I see on your social media you talk a lot about the 1%. I don't want to assume though that I know what 1% means to you. What can you explain what this 1%? Why you're so big on 1% and what does it mean?
Okay, the 1% it consists of the wealthiest Americans in America, and for me, I strive to be a part of the 1%. So you have to have a dream, you have to have a goal, and you have to have a plan. Either you're failing the plan or you're planning to fail. So at the end of the day, you have to speak things into existence. I want to be a billionaire. So as far as me, I want to be one of those African Americans that's a part of the 1%. And why that's so big for me is because once I generate the wealth, I want to redistribute it and show other people of my culture how to generate wealth.
Okay. Now, all right, so it's rumored. I want to say that I seen Camron say it in an interview, but I want to take a concept from what I believe that he said, and maybe you know if it's true or not. But he said with the movie Paid in Full that he was in, Camron, he said it's reported that he only took $10,000 or he got paid like $10,000 for that classic movie. But he did it more so for the opportunity as opposed to the money that it was going to get him. What do you feel about taking advantage of opportunities that don't necessarily have the big paycheck attached to it?
That's what you have to do sometimes, because at the end of the day, that's a person believing in their talent and betting on their self. Sometimes it's not about money, and it's not in this race we call life. You have to sprint. Not always a marathon. Like, you can't run fast all the time. So if you use one door to open up a bunch of doors, but that one door doesn't pay you that much, but it gets you through that door to a bunch of other doors, then I would suggest anyone to do the same thing, because at the end of the day, it's all about opportunity. So you might have an opportunity given to you that doesn't pay you anything, but it might open up a whole bunch of other doors to better opportunity. Everything ain't always about money. See, that's an investment in itself that paid off later.
Have you ever had to take advantage of an opportunity where there wasn't a huge paycheck attached to it and it worked out in your favor long term?
I'm gonna give you a prime example. Yes, I did. I used to work for a company called Carnetis in New York, right? And I had got fired because I was still in the street or whatever. I got into an altercation at the job. I lost my job. So at the end of the day, I have a wife and I have 2 kids, and we was living comfortably, but I lost my job. So I wasn't working. I wasn't getting no money. I was stressed out. I was going through the motions. Now I'm good with my hands, but I was a slender man at the time. But I was offered a job to work demolition, construction, right? I hated the job. That's not nothing I like to do. Manual labor, breaking down buildings, none of that. Normally, a construction worker gets $22 an hour. Let's just say, for instance, they make $2,500 a week, right? I was offered the job and I was only getting paid $500 a week, right? So I was saying, all I got to do is stay in this job until I get my union books, and then I'll get the pay that I'm deserved. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But I took the job because I had to put food on the table, and I figured in the long run, it'll open up doors for me. But God had a different plan for me. Lo and behold, I was working one day, and the building collapsed on me. I fell 4 stories from the building, hit a bus, and was buried under all the rubble. And the construction workers, the police, everybody had to dig me out. I had 4 surgeries. I had a back surgery, 2 knee surgery, 2 foot surgeries, and 1 knee surgery. And at the end of the day, I won a large amount of money from the lawsuit. So if I would have been stubborn and said, no, I'm not going to take that money, the $500, I would have never been able to amass the money that I've got to start me into investing and diverting my money into other things and learning money. You understand what I'm trying to say?
Yeah. Hey, Ma! I'm on TV!